sure you had a nice time watching that segment. Now, my next set of guests are very distinguished people. I had to pause. I have seated next to me Mr. K.C. Mma. He is Mr. Ideal Nigeria 2011. Thank you, K.C., for coming on Morning Ride.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. And seated next to him is Mr. Ayotunde Fabamwo. He is the president, Mr. Ideal Nigerian Pageant. Thank you, Ayotunde, for coming.
Thanks for having me as well.
I'm seated with by Mr. Ideal. Mr. Ideal, what did it take? How do you feel being Mr. Ideal Nigeria 20? Okay, you are the
best buddy. Yeah.
Okay, best buddy and runner-up. Okay, best buddy. That's good to know. So how do you feel? I'm sure you're feeling cool. Like, you have such a super buddy. Anyway, congratulations. Anyway, you were the first runner-up. So tell us about your experience. How was your experience like?
Actually, it was like a new experience for me because I just came out of secondary school and stuff like that. So going into a pageant like that was like a new experience for me because I hadn't gone into any competition before that and stuff like that. So going into it was a new experience and I learned a lot. Yeah.
So how many of you were in the competition?
About 34 of us.
Really? 34 guys all stopped up in one place with all your features and everything?
Yeah.
It must be a tough one. So you had, was it a stiff competition? Was it very keen?
Yeah, it was very, very stiff, yeah. Because the pageant, it's the way it selects these contestants is kind of unique and stuff. So they like get the best contestants for the competition, so it was very, very stiff, yeah.
Okay, and I'm happy you came up as a runner-up.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Ayotunde Fabamwo, you are the president of Mr. Ideal Nigeria Pageant. First, you are so young. I must commend you for going into a pageant like this. So what motivated you going into a pageant like that, Mr. Ideal, and why Mr. Ideal?
Okay, I've always been very passionate about entrepreneurs, and I've always wanted to be an amazing entrepreneur. And I was looking for a platform that would actually give me that, that leverage, and I decided to come up with Mr. Ideal Nigeria. We coined the name because an ideal Nigerian man is not just one that provides for his family but for his country as well. And with the economic situation of the country at the moment is the best time for entrepreneurs to actually come into the country. And we're very young and we're not really used to a lot of entrepreneurs in the country, and we need to be inspired. And I thought, okay, if we come up with the Mr. Ideal Nigeria and the winner goes on to be very successful and campaign for young CEOs, then we'll have more entrepreneurs in the country. And that's what really motivated me to have the Mr. Ideal Nigeria, because the Mr. Ideal Nigeria winner or the state representatives are always a unique combination of fitness and an entrepreneurial mind. So the winner actually goes on to start his own business.
I'm happy. I'm really excited about this entrepreneurial scheme, whatever skills that these guys must have to make Mr. Ideal. It's really good, and I must commend you for what you're doing. Much, yeah. Now back to you, Casey. You said you just left secondary school and you came into this competition, and here you are as the first runner-up. I hope this won't be a distraction for you.
Actually, no. For me, I've always been a focused person. I have my focus on stuff that I've always wanted to do. Yeah, and getting this award only gives me that platform to do what I've always wanted to do. It hasn't really changed the real me. Yeah, the real me is still there, but the distractions are there for sure. But with God's grace, I'm handling them. Yeah.
I wish you well, and I must ask you that what's next for you after now?
Okay, for me after now, I'm about going into school, yeah.
You're going back to school?
Yeah, I'm going back to school,
even as the runner-up Mr. Ideal and with the best buddy.
Yeah.
I wish you well. It's good to go to school. We often tell Nigerians, we tell our people that education is key. It's number one in whatever you're doing. And I'm happy that you have the thought and the mind of going back to school. That's good to know. Now, Mr. Ayotunde, what does it take to participate in this pageant?
The pageant is run statewide in the sense that we have state auditions in 25 states. So you register on our website www.mridealnigeria.com, and then you go on to your state audition, and that qualifies you. When you win your state audition, that qualifies you to come into the national pageant, which is held every June every year. So
every year. So yeah, next one is to be another one next year.
The next case is actually handing over next week. Next weekend, on the night of June.
So we have somebody coming up.
Yeah, new Mr. Ideal will be coming next weekend. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. Now I must also ask you that: do you have an age bracket? Is it maybe age 18 and above, or do they have to be? Is there any limitation to?
Yeah, there is. It's 17 to 28.
Yes.
So if you're 17, you need to get parental consent before you can actually come. Like Casey did when he was coming in. He had to get his mom to sign the form. So that's basically the age bracket, 17 to 28. And we're not really stereotyped with height, because like I said, we're really looking for an entrepreneur that has a fit body tone.
So it doesn't
matter how tall he is, or because we just leave that for the models, but we're looking for a businessman that has a fit body tone.
Okay. So do you follow them out after they have won these awards? What do you do after, or they're just left on their own?
No, they're not. Once they win, they sign a contract with us for a year, and then we follow them up for the whole year. And this year, Mr. Ideal is actually going to represent Nigeria at the Mr. Earth Worldwide pageant, which is going to be in Guatemala in October. So that's another feather for us, really, because we're actually going to be sending a representative to one of the world's biggest male pageants. So it's amazing.
That's good to know. It is amazing. Now, what are the prizes like? What are the prizes you give to these people?
Yeah, they get.
He's runner-up, for example. Now, so what does it take away from you?
He gets funds from Vinks and Surprises, which is our business sponsor company. They also get to represent Click Clock Watch Nigeria brand and be faces of Click Clock Watch. So they get like free watches for the rest of their reign as representatives of the pageant. The main winner himself gets funds to start his own business, which is sponsored by Vinks and Surprises. He also gets to be face of Click Clock Nigeria, and he goes on to represent Nigeria at the Mr. Earth, and he also gets to be in a movie produced by Ayotunde Adekoya. So it's amazing, because we want to look 10 years from now, we want to look back and go, we've had 10 amazing winners, and they've been able to inspire other Nigerians. So that's what we just don't. Even after the reign is over a year, we actually still follow up our winners, because we really want everyone to be really successful. And I don't think we're too young to actually be successful.
No, we are not. I agree with you totally. No one is too young to be successful.
Yes.
All right, now Casey, you said earlier that he needed his parents' consent to participate. All those who are beneath 18 do that.
Yes.
Now let's talk about your parents. Were they excited for you?
Actually, just with my mom now. Okay. Yeah, and she was very, very excited for me. Because she has always been a great support and inspiration and everything. She has just been wonderful. So she was very, very excited. Okay. She was like my number one fan.
I'm also a fan too. Yeah, so good looking too. Okay, I'm happy for you. And I was going to ask, because I was going to ask the arts, what do? They follow you up here, said so. And now that you have your mother's consent, and what would you say to other mothers who are watching? Is Mr. Ideal something to let my son go in for?
Actually, Mr. Ideal is one of the best pageants in Nigeria.
Is that because you're first runner?
No, not because of that. Because I keep on saying it, their contestants are way better than other male pageants, the contestants of other male pageants, everything. So the way it's conducted and everything, free and fair. You don't have to know somebody to get in. You just apply, and everything. If you're good enough, you get in. Stuff like that. So I really admire the concept behind the pageant, because about entrepreneurship and everything. So it's a chance for your son or ward to actually start his own business. So I think it's a good platform for him to go into that way.
I'm happy about that. Now, I must ask you, is this thing solely about guys? How about the ladies? Are we sure to have a Miss Ideal someday, sometime?
We actually have a female pageant, but it's for teenagers, Miss Omolo. And what she does is she raises money for Project Friendship Initiative. And this year, Mr. Ideal is actually partnering with Project Friendship Initiative to raise money for the children who are affected by the bombings in the country. If you haven't been there, you wouldn't really know how many children have been affected, but there are loads of kids affected, and that's what we're going to be doing next week, raising money for the kids that have been affected by the bombings in the country. We need to be there for everybody.
That's good.
We want, so.
That's good too. Now tell me about this pageant. I want to know, what does it take? Do they have to walk on the runway or wear whatever. What's it like?
Well,
are they wearing African prints, or is it about suits and English? What is it? What's it like?
Well, with the pageant, we actually promote tourism and fitness and entrepreneurship. So the first stage is the audition, and at the audition, what they do really is the state directors want to know the best person to send, and so they interview them, get to know what business idea they have. It's not really, like I said, it's not really about the height or the body or anything, but someone that can carry that brand and can actually inspire other people. So they look for star quality and an individual that knows that has the ability to communicate and inspire other people. So the selection process also has to do with tourism. How well do you admire the nature and everything that it brings as well? So we promote African prints as well.
That's good to know. They are proudly Nigerian.
They are proud because they're all representing different states. This year we have the 36 states represented, and they all have their own special designs to showcase on the 9th of June. So it's really promoting culture as well. So it's the whole Nigerian concept.
I'm happy about that. Now, you have been in this pageant for a while. I'd like to know, what is that special thing you have learned about Nigerians in the course of doing these pageants?
Nigerians are very hardworking. No matter the obstacle they face, or how discouraged they might get, they would always be hardworking, and that's one thing I've learned. Yes, we might feel very discouraged at times and not want to move on, but one thing is, when you have each other, and you can't just do it on your own, you need other people, and once you have other people and you're hardworking, you get to where you want to get to, and that's one thing I've really learned from. I'm still learning every day because this is our third season, so and I hope to learn every single time. But for now, really, it's the hard work. It's amazing. My winners have been amazing, and they've been so hardworking, and they've made everything really worthwhile for me. So it's amazing. Really.
So are you smiling to the banks?
Well, at this point, it's really not about the money, but really about making a difference in the world. Because when I was young, my mom always said, you have to grow up and learn how to make a difference in the world, and that's what I really wanted to do. So it's really not about the money would come, but for now, I just want to make a difference in the world.
Ayotunde, I really must commend you, and I must say well done for the wonderful work you're doing with our youths. I'm so happy. I always say it often times that Nigeria is a great country. We are blessed with, so many talented. Our youths are doing very well. And, they just blow my mind at times. Seeing a young guy like this, he's together, and he's told me he's still going to be focused even after winning this award, even with the heavy body, or is it the best body he has, he's still going to remain focused. And he has plans to go back to school, and for that, I'm so happy. I'm really excited. I must say a big well done to you.
Thank you very much.
And Best Body, Mr. Runner-up, I'm happy you're going back to school. I wish you well. I wish you success in what you're doing. You've told me that you're not going to let this distract you, and I believe you. And I may also monitor you, Thank you, Ayotunde, too.
Thank you
Good
very
luck,
much.
and all the best.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, it's still Money Ride, and I've been speaking with Mr. Ayotunde Fabamwo. He is the president, Mr. Ideal Nigerian Pageant, and of course, KC Mma, Mr. Ideal Runner-up, and Best Body 2011. I'm sure you enjoyed my little chat with them, and all we can say here is we can only wish them all the best.